cutie pies. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Today is, excuse me, Tuesday, December the 12th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a solid 7. It was a good episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We see Alex and Chad. So Chad is talking to Chad is reviewing the paper, right? He's sitting in the Horton Square and he's reviewing the paper. He was like, "Oh my gosh, we've done the same story for the last 5 days. There's been no updates or anything. The paper is not doing well, so he needs to get Everett back in place to update everything." And so Chad sees him and he says, "I know you avoided me at the gym, but I wanted to talk to you about you and Stephanie, and I wanted to tell you I'm sorry." And Chad says, "I don't believe you." He said, "Well, I'm sorry that Stephanie got hurt." And Chad said, "Well, that I do believe. I do believe you're sorry Stephanie got hurt." And so Alex is just like, "So tell me what happened. And like, what did you do?" And he was telling him, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong." And I said, "Chad, I know you don't really believe that." And so finally, because Alex was like, "Come on, dude." And so he was like, "Okay, I bought the paper and I fired Everett because he was snooping around." And Alex was just like, "Dude, that's a little ruthless." Like, he was like, "Yeah, and that's why Stephanie moved out and everything." And so because of that, Alex is just like, just talk to her. And he was being nice to Chad. Actually, he was actually being really nice to Chad or whatnot. But Chad really, he wasn't really trying to hear it. But Alex was, he didn't mean any harm by talking to Chad, but he understands what it's like to love Stephanie and then lose her by doing something bad. And he told him, he was like, "I thought you would learn from me that she doesn't like those type of men. She wants somebody that trusts her." So anyways, Alex ends up leaving and Paulina comes up and she talks to Chad and she lets him know that she wants him and Stephanie to work for her, and he says actually gonna have to go to Stephanie on that. And she was like, "Wow, what's going on with y'all?" And so he tells her everything about him and Stephanie not seeing eye to eye, kind of break it up. And she was like, "Chad, you need to go and get Stephanie back. You need to go apologize, whatever you did. Tell her you're sorry and work on getting her back because you sitting in here talking to me. If you want her back, you would be over there with Stephanie." And he was like, "You're right. Okay." So that's what he's doing. He's going over to Stephanie's. Now Stephanie is at Steve, and they're both working, and Steve is, I said, just talk to this girl. And he was like, "You don't want to tell your papa what's wrong?" And she said, so she started explaining that, you know, what Chad did was unforgivable, and she can't go back and she can't have some be with someone who doesn't trust her, yada yada yada. And Steve just tells her, he's happy to have her for however she wants to, long she wants to be there or whatever. But he he's glad that if Chad is not going to be the man that she wants as far as a husband, he's glad that this happened so that she can move on. And she said, "Well, you did talk to him." I said, "Girl, that is not Steve's fault that you were sitting over there wanting to be with a man, wanting to be his wife, and were okay with just being his girlfriend, knowing deep down that you really were not okay with that. That is not Steve's fault for bringing that out. I mean, I guess a little bit, but not all the way. You should have been clear on what you really wanted from Chad from the beginning, because he made it clear. He made it perfectly clear what he wanted from you." Anyways, child, so Steve's about to leave, and as he's about to leave, he bumps into Alex because Alex comes over and Stephanie says it's fine, she can talk to Alex or whatever. And so when she talks to Alex, he tells her, "You left your water bottle at the gym. I knew it was yours. I'm gonna miss you." And Alex does a friendly thing, which he told Stephanie, "If you think I'm over here because I want to get you back, that's not it. I'm with Teresa now." And she says, "Like you haven't tried it before." And I didn't like the fact that Chad also told Alex, "You were probably," because Alex told Chad, "I'm with Teresa." He said, "You'll probably try to have a threesome with it." And I said, "Ah, no, that isn't like, what you trying to say about Stephanie? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. But anyways, and then Stephanie, Alex goes over to Stephanie and says she's thinking he wants her back, and he told her, no, girl, I don't want you. I'm here because I think you should give Chad another chance. You're miserable. He's miserable. Why y'all just like forgive each other and work past this or whatever? And she just tells him she can't do it. That she can't be with somebody that doesn't trust her and betrays her the way Chad did. And so he's about to leave, and she's walking him out and everything. And then she gets the water bottle from him, and I guess it's real heavy. Y'all know how sometimes what seems so light, can hit your toe or your foot and it does damage. Well, that's what happened with Stephanie. It hit her toe. She dropped the water bottle on her toe and she was like, oh my gosh, I think it's broke. So she and Alex are about to go to the hospital to get it checked out when Chad comes through, because you remember Paulina told him, go over there. Okay, mama, go over there and talk to Stephanie. So they had the door open because Alex was about to leave when she dropped the water bottle. So Chad comes in and he's like, "Oh, you two, y'all didn't take long at all." And I said, "Chad, it didn't even look like a bad position that they were in. You know what I mean? It wasn't a compromising position. Like literally, Alex is bent over looking at her foot. But I don't know, y'all." So Stephanie was like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?" And he was like, "What?" And so she started limping away, and she's like, "I'm going to the hospital." No, Alex tells her, "Stephanie, you can't walk on it." She was like, "No, I'll be fine." And he was like, "Let me take you to the hospital." She was like, "No, I will drive myself." And so she ends up leaving, and then Chad realizes, "Oh, that wasn't what I thought it was." And Alex says, "No, no, it was not at all." And so they're just standing in Steve and Kayla's place and says, and Alex is like, "I'm sure Steve has couple of beers. You want one?" "Oh, excuse me." And Chad is like, "Yes, y'all need to leave." Stephanie is gone. What are y'all doing? I don't know. I don't know, child. But anyways, let's move on. So we run into Eric and Jada outside of the pub, and Eric has the baby, and Jada sees the baby, and she's happy for Eric. She says congratulations, and he's about to apologize to her again about what went down with them. You know how he didn't want to marry her or anything; he just wanted her to be over there being the mother of his child. And she was like, "No, no, no, like don't apologize, like stop apologizing for everything that went down with our relationship. I'm happy." And he's like, "I'm glad everything is going well with you and Brave." And she said, "Yeah, I think so." Um, but I said, "But Jada, you still thinking about your ex-husband, girl?" Because what somebody said in the comments the other day, she thinking about her ex after she just was in the bed, after she's still in the bed with Rafe. I said, "I know, child. What is this?" Because Jada doesn't seem like that character to even have thought of like looking at pictures of her ex while she was, just was with Rafe. That doesn't seem like Jada's character at all. But okay, that's what y'all want to do to try to make these storylines run together. Okay, y'all. So, anyways, Jada is talking to Eric and she just tells him she's really happy for him and everything is going well with Rafe. And he's actually asked her to move in. So, she's taking a few things just in case she does decide to move in. And even if she doesn't, she's just spring cleaning. And he was like, okay, I get it. So, anyways, they wish each other's best and move on. So then Steve and Jada are in the pub. Hold on, y'all. Oh, Mila. Oh, my back. Okay, let's go again. So Jada and Steve are in the pub, right? Hold on, and they're talking. And he could tell, so he was like, "Jada, I could tell something's going on, something's wrong with you. You're gonna have to get down. It's a little heavy on my back." He said, "I could tell something's wrong with you." And she tells him about seeing Eric. And then he says, "But it's something else, and it's the anniversary." But he actually remembered, I guess her father died on this day. And so he was there to check on her. I like the scenes between Jada and Steve. And y'all know Steve is not my favorite. But yeah, I like the scenes with Jada and Steve whenever they're in them and having this emotional moment, because she, her dad on the show and the man who played Marcus in real life did pass away. So it's nice to see her having some kind of father figure on this show. So he's just talking to her, and they go over, um, the type of man her dad was. And then she says, she was doing her cleaning and she found this is right before Christmas. So she found a Christmas gift that she had bought him. And, and then he died. So she was never able to give it to him. And she was like, can you believe I still have it? He said, yeah, because I still have, I guess it was like a Swift Army knife or something Marcus had given him. So he was like, I still have this. So they just bonded over there, and he was just there to check on her. It was a nice little scene. So then we go over here and moving right along, we see Nicole and EJ, and she's just like, "What do you think? What do you think Leo meant when he said, when I told him there was nothing he could say, and he said, what if there was?" And he was like, he don't have a place to go. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have anything. I'm sure he was just going to twist our pain to try to make us believe something that's not true. She was like, yeah, yeah, you're probably right. But Nicole still, she's just like, I don't know. And he said, it's too bad he did that right as you were accepting that the baby is gone. And he just said, he looks at Nicole and he was like, you are accepting that, right? She's trying to. She's trying to. But it's just that feeling that she knows she felt that this is my child. So she's having a hard time with it. But she's trying to accept the fact that her baby is gone. But anyways, EJ is just like, Nicole, and she was like, yeah, yeah. And so then she tells him that she's going on a walk because they talk some more about Leo and how despicable he is and everything. Then she tells him she needs to clear some fresh air, go on a walk. And that she actually saw Eric with the baby earlier, and she just feels so bad the way she treated them. And he said, okay. And she said, I'm going to go on a walk, but I'll be back. And he tells her, I'll go with you. And she says, no, I need to do this part on my own. So she leaves. Then we go over here to Leo and Sloan, y'all, because y'all know Leo is over here all beat up because EJ done rough Leo up. I said, oh, I didn't realize he hit you like this, sir. And so Sloan is like, what is going on with you? And he says, because of you, I got beat up. And she said, well, what does that have to do with me? He was like, I delivered Nicole's baby and it made me grow a conscience and everything. And plus, Miss Ma'am, I know that the baby you sitting over here fussing about, that's not your child. And she was like, I don't know what he said. Stop it. Dimitri already told me what's going on with you. I already know. So don't even try to lie about it. And she was like, oh, Dimitri said he was going to tell anyone. And he was like, well, I tried to tell Nicole and EJ, and look what he got me beat up. And she said, oh my gosh, did you tell him? He said, no, they wouldn't listen. I said, I could have swore yesterday he told EJ, and EJ, because he said he never got to tell them that the baby well, I guess he didn't tell them that Sloan had their baby. He told EJ the baby is alive, but not that Sloan had the baby. But anyways, he said EJ beat him up before he could tell, and he said, so now I'm going to do what Dimitri told me to do in the first place, which is to blackmail you. And so she said, what do you want? And he said, I own you now. I don't know, it was something about the way Leo was saying this I ain't like. But he was like, I own you now. You're going to be my greyhound or something like that. And do follow my every command. I was like, I don't like that. Mm-mm. But anyways, um, I said, where's Melinda when you need her? Because baby, she would handle these problems. But so as he's talking to her and everything, because he knows that she doesn't want to lose his baby, she's like, what do you want? Money? And he was like, I want money, everything, but I really want you to get Dimitri out of prison. And she said, Leo, I can't do that. I've done everything I can for him. I got the major charges dropped. So he's lucky that that's all he got as far as prison wise. He was like, I need you to do better. You need to get him out or I'm gonna blow up your family. Lady Whistleblower is gonna expose everything. So at this point, Eric comes back and Eric's like, what is he doing here? And Leo was like, I was just leaving. Congratulations on your sweet baby. And so he leaves, and Eric tells Sloan, um, excuse me. So he leaves, and so when Leo leaves, he tries to contact Dimitri, and Dimitri is in max security. Sloan and Melinda went ahead and got him moved, and so Leo was like, "Oh, Sloan, I know this was you, and I'm gonna get you back for this." I said, "Now, if Sloan was smart." she would have told Leo, um, listen, if you gonna, if she was smart, she would have told Leo, listen, I can make Dimitri's life hell in prison. What you want to do? Because Leo loves Dimitri, and he would have just backed down for that. But we're gonna see how this whole blackmail thing works out. So then we go over here to Sloan and Eric, and he was like, "I told you taking that case for Leo was gonna be trouble." And she was like, "He was like, what did he want?" And she said, "Oh, he wanted me to get Dimitri a better deal, but I've told him several times I gave Dimitri the best deal that I could possibly give him. So it is what it is." And he says, "Why do you seem rattled?" And she said, "Well, it took you and the baby longer to come out than, you guys were out longer than I thought, and I just missed you guys and everything." And so then she gets a knock on the door, and they're like, "Who is this?" And it's Nicole and EJ. And so they have come over because Nicole and EJ Nicole wants to apologize. And so they come in, and she buys the baby a cute little Santa outfit, and apologizes to them for everything she put them through, and tells she gives it to Sloan, and Sloan was like, "Well, I would put it on the baby, but he's nappy now." And so Nicole just looks down at the baby, and then EJ pulls Eric to the side, and he says, "Thank you for allowing us to come in unannounced. This really does help Nicole as far as getting over her emotions and feelings, and everything about the child, and it helps her get over, um, apologizing to them helps her to heal and accept the fact that their child is gone." And Eric, of course, is always understanding and everything. So, y'all, that was it. That was Days of Our Lives today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.